It's only been 75 years since England last won an Ashes Test match here at Lord's. So, will their luck at HQ change after those dramatic events in Cardiff? So, arriving this morning, the man in the news, another man with the weight of responsibility, the captain of England as well. All these players today have one thing in mind, trying to find the advantage in an Ashes series. England first, Australia second, but they're 0-0 in terms of the series.
Spine-tingling moments these, and a great day in the cricketing calendar. England, Australia, first day at Lord's. Good toss won by Andrew Strauss this morning. It looks a belter of a pitch. There's a little bit of cloud cover, but conditions really do look perfect for batting. There is the England captain. He'll be looking for a more productive game here at Lord's than he had at Cardiff. He struggled a bit at the top of the order and many think was outmanoeuvred by Ponting throughout the game. Ben Hilfenhaus had a good match at Cardiff, swung the ball consistently, very, very accurate, and posed problems for all the bowlers. Well, here is Mitchell Johnson, bowling from the pavilion end, which is the natural end really for a left-arm bowler to bowl from. You'd bowl your right-arm swinger from the nursery end, that's Hilfenhaus. Your left-armer from the pavilion end, because the slope ought to help him bring the ball back into the right-hander and away from the left-hander. It's quite odd at the start of a test match that there should be such a long conversation between captain and bowler. You'd think they'd sort it out in the dressing room, wouldn't you? In the air for a while, but off the middle of the bat and all the way to the backward square leg boundary. First boundary for Alistair Cook and England. That's Strauss's area. Short and wide and cut away.
Easy pickings for Strauss, those. Too short, too wide.
Had it before as well. Bit too straight this time from Johnson. 2 boundaries in the over, 15 for none. First runs off Hilfenhaus, but he won't mind it. That was the area that he got Cook in the first innings at Cardiff, if you recall. A brilliant catch from Hussey in the gully with Cook playing away from his body. Edged, oh, the third slip had gone into the second gully position. Would this have carried to third slip? 23 for none, 7 gone. Did well to reach that, but it was very, very wide. Almost off the toe end of the bat.
Pulled away. Yeah, good boundaries for England here. I mentioned that they started confidently. There's been no swing. Quickly into the stride, the pair of them.
Squirted away for runs. Probably go all the way, I think. Down the slope, and it does.
Well, 3 drives and he gets one through in the end, Andrew Strauss. England move on to 50. High in the air, no fielder at deep backward square.
Well, hammered away, first ball short and wide, and he got the sort of treatment it deserved. Better shot this time, got on top of it this time, he's still got 4 for it. Nicely tucked away, that's beautifully timed. Get someone to throw that one back. Short and hammered. It's gone in exactly the same place. Very different sort of shot, but exactly the same result. 73 without loss. Well, Mitchell Johnson is going to all parts of this Lord's ground. It's a serious problem for him, but it's Also a very serious problem for his captain. That's steered away through that slips cordon. Completely under control from Alistair Cook. It takes him to 50 as well.
Pulled away powerful into leg side. It's another boundary.
Strauss does like to sweep. Good chase. Not good enough though. Boundary to Strauss.
More runs. Down the hill in a flash, 4 more.
Yeah, they go in a bit dejected. They've been hit around the park. They've all bowled a bit overs. They're a bit tired. They need to go back into the break. So I would have thought it was a perfect opportunity for a part-timer for an over or two. Would have got 2 overs at that other end.
You said before again. 28 overs have gone. They're rattling on. 125 without loss. Probably the last delivery before lunch. They sneak through for a single. It's 126 without loss. And that will do for the morning session. Andrew Strauss will be absolutely thrilled, delighted by the way proceedings have gone. Winning the toss and batting first. Strauss is 47, Cook is 67. The crowd have been well entertained with some excellent stroke play. There's been wayward bowling from Australia. Plenty for Ricky Ponting to dwell on and to think about. His combinations of bowlers. He's got to get his combinations right. So this session it's been all England.
Oh, it's effective. Frustrating, I think, for the bowler. Oh, and he's thrown up again, and this time he's gone. Launched it over mid-wicket. Another boundary. That was a better shot for me. 8 from the over. 134 without loss. Pulled away. And it's 4 more runs. Another one pulled away. Has he got this one? I think he might have got. Is he going to get there? It just gets there. And that brings the 150 up for England. It's 151 without loss.
Should have been caught. Apparently has done himself some damage as well, Nathan Orritt. Ball almost gets to the boundary. They pick up 3. But I think Horrocks will be going off.
He's hurt himself badly. Straight away, he pointed to the dressing room. It's either a bad dislocation or a break. It's his spinning hand, spinning finger. He's in trouble.
Well, this is not what Ricky Ponting would have wanted by any means. An attempted catch. Seemed to swerve a bit. Perhaps that's what put him off. But that's dislocated. Not very good. No one, no third man. Well, that's not the best flat. Short and wide above stump again.
On the other side of the coin, England must punish the bad balls. If Johnson gives them bad balls to hit, they must be put away, and that will increase the pressure on Johnson all the time. You can see.
Helped up and over. And given the opportunity again by Mitchell Johnson, far too short and wide. Hello, where's he come from? Close, and he's got him. Well, that has come from absolutely nowhere as far as Mitchell Johnson is concerned. But he has got the breakthrough. It might be 196, but it is the first wicket to fall.
Well, beware the straight delivery, the few and far between. hits him on the back leg, and he's not going over the top. Keeps a little bit low. Let's have a look from this angle. A straight delivery, a rarity. Good innings. 95 from Alistair Cook, just 5 short. 196 for 1.
So Ravi Bopara's had a long wait this morning or this afternoon, or both. We're in the 48th over of the day. And Bopara, who is not quite at his best, to say the least, in Cardiff, but has already scored a couple of hundreds at number 3 this summer against the West Indies, now gets his chance here at Lord's. He's off the mark with the boundary.
Well, a bit of style here. Ravi Bopara has had a long wait.
Just wide of that man. He was short in at extra cover there, specifically for something like that. Hughes, I think, the man there at short extra cover. It was a couple of yards away to his right. There he is. That's way down the leg side. That's found the gap. Going up the hill and reaches that boundary now in front of the grandstand. Takes Andrew Strauss on to 90. England 218 for 1. All in on the ground this time, nothing uppish about that one. And Bopara has just stroked that away, this time to the left. Yeah, Bopara just needs to remember all the lessons from Cardiff, all the good things from his early season form, and the fact that there is a long time left, both in the day and in the game. England want all their top order batsmen to make big runs if they can. Conditions are perfect for it. How close is that? It's got him yet. Hilton House, it's not the away swinger, it's not the outside edge, but he has got Bopara now. It's another LBW. And Ravi Bopara has become the 500th batsman to be dismissed LBW in a test at Lord's.
Let's have a look at this. Oh, it pitches and nips back. We've been talking about the outswinger. This is different. The ball pitches. Now it develops, it nips back on him. It's in below the knee roll below the knee. It's straight enough. Good decision from Billy Doctrove. He was looking good, Ravi Bopara, 18, but from 19 deliveries gone. 222 for 2.
2 for 2 after 54 overs. And Kevin Peterson is at the crease, ball of Ravi Bopara's wicket, and the crease in the commentary box are Ian Botham and Michael Anderson.
Quite get it, but he's got it well enough. 230 for 2. Ooh, had to be close there. That was worth a throw. It's gone for 4 overthrows, and the crowd will go punting as they do, but that was worth a shy at the stumps.
Well, I'm going to bet you he's out. I bet you that pound you owe me.
I'm not taking the bet on it. Looked very tight to me at Strauss's end. I don't think he realised how close punting was. Definitely worth a shy at the stumps. Out of the court. Firm drive from Peterson, a lot of conviction about the stroke. Quite middle it. Ball lands about a couple of yards inside the rope. But it's a statement of intent from Peterson on the stroke of tea. Is this it? We'll get one. We'll come back for the second. Should come back for the third. It is 100 to the England captain on the stroke of tea. His 400 at Lord's, his third against Australia, and a smile to light up the day.
.178 balls, setting up England for a very big first innings total. We'll want to go on. Keep going. Go on to a big one.
Great moment for Andrew Strauss.
This is a great position to be in. England 255 for 2 with a man already with 3 figures under his belt. Andrew Strauss, and of course the captain, and Kevin Peterson, who we all know scores runs quite quickly when he's at the crease. The partnership so far, 33 runs off just 49 deliveries, and Peterson's 22 runs coming from just 33 deliveries, and he has spent just half an hour at the crease. That's a good shot. Big stride, this man, Kevin Peterson. Oh, straight back past him. Wasn't hit that hard. It seemed to surprise Peter Siddle though. 265 for 2. Big appeal and gone. That's the sort of length that you have got to be though for Kevin Peterson. Keep it full, but not too full.
A bit of late swing too, I think, from Siddle. Good length, drew him into the shot, and a good catch from Haddon too. That meant a lot to Peter Siddle. And this is a big turning point. We said add 2 for 20 to the score. There's 1. And interesting time of play here. Now Kevin Peterson departs, 42 balls, a brisk 32.
Paul Collingwood, the man that England owes an incredible debt to for saving that test match at Cardiff, comes in under slightly more friendly conditions. His team is 267 for 3, playing in his 50th test match. Not bad batting conditions. Through the hands of Gully. That's another chance that's gone now. Not easy, but you'll still have to say at this level it's a chance. Straight down the ground. Off the mark, Paul Collingwood.
He does like to do that early in his innings. I really do believe it's a nervous thing. He just likes to get one away off the spinner down the ground, normally wide of mid-on. This time we go straight down the ground. We saw him try it a couple of balls ago. It wasn't sort of head high, hit it hard enough.
Catch! Ouch! Yeah! How on earth does that happen? That's the question that Paul Collingwood's going to ask. Siddle, the man who's taken the simplest of chances. Collingwood does play that shot well normally, but he's completely miscued this one.
This is a bad moment for England. The new ball almost due. 302 for 4. Paul Collingwood just holing out to Michael Clarke, the innocuous Michael Clarke, who poses no threat. It is, to be fair, Collingwood's shot. He likes to go over mid-on, but he completely mistimed this. His reaction says it all, as does Brad Haddin's, as did Andrew Strauss's at the non-striker's end. He wasn't happy. Collingwood has gone for 16, and England are 302 for 4.
So Matt Prior makes his mark crease. 3 balls left in the over. Good average, 47 from 20 test matches.
And it's edgy. It's off the mark and it'll go all the way. Over to Matt Prior.
Well, it's a scratchy shot, is this?
There's 4 more. 9 from the over, 311 for 4. the first ball I think I've seen Mitchell Johnson get to swing in. Matt Pryor. England are wobbling.
Tough time for England, this. New ball available. Now will they take the new ball or not? Might just like this ball. Seems to be doing the job for Australia. Johnson perseveres. There is a little bit of swing there. Perfect delivery, you would say. Top of off stump. Bring it back in to Matt Pryor. He'll keep going, Johnson. He's not bowled well at all today. Picks up his second wicket. Matt Pryor has gone for 8, 317 for 5.
It's recorded Andrew Flintoff's warm reception.
Well, he's got a job to do here. Strauss is still there, 126, but England are losing wickets.
That's off the mark with a boundary. Clipped off his legs. Andrew Flintoff's away. That's 4 runs. With a thick outside edge. And captain won't mind that at all.
No, it's a flash and 4. No third man. There is a deep backward point in position, but third man is just drifting back into position now. After that shot from Andrew Strauss, Ricky Ponting, he's dropping a third man in position, so he's just got 2 slips.
It's another good shot. It's a much better shot. Punched through mid-on. 50th boundary of the innings and probably one of the best shots of the innings.
Well, Ricky Ponting's out there, he's captain of the team and obviously would know best, but for me it's crying out. There's a new batsman in Flintoff, an emotional Andrew Flintoff, new ball available, get right into him. Field is quite defensive to Andrew Strauss. Strauss has moved on to 134.
Edged and gone. And Flintoff's gone. England are crumbling.
Australia coming back strongly into this game. 3-3-3. Strikes again for England. Ricky Ponting with a safe pair of hands. Smiles on Australian faces. Andrew Flintoff exactly the same as Cardiff. Snared by Ricky Ponting. Ben Hilfenhaus takes his second wicket. England are in a spot of bother here. Flintoff has gone for 4, 336 for 6.
Stuart Broad makes his way out. England, spot of bother. Time for us to get out of the way. And let a smiling Shane Warne come into the box.
And now, 333 for 6. Look at that middle order, 18, 32, 16, 8, 4. Ball swinging. Just shows you what a difference the moving ball makes. All of a sudden, Hilfenhaus, to a lesser extent Johnson, the ball moving in the air. It's 150 to the England captain. Huge cheers from the crowd here at Lord's. In this late afternoon sunshine, they've watched a splendid innings from Andrew Strauss. Before, I think. And Strauss continues on. It's not been a bad day for England, but I wouldn't say it's been a really good one. I think given the way Australia have bowled and the injury to Nathan Horrocks, England had a great opportunity here just to nail Australia down. And a thick edge will bring Andrew Strauss 4 more. England captain is 161, 364 for 6. You can't say it's been a bad day for England. You score 364 runs in the day against Australia. Well, fair dues. 5,000 runs for Strauss. At the very good average of 45, a tick over 45 with 1800s. That's a decent record indeed. .89 miles an hour, but straight, and Stuart Broad solidly in behind it to complete the first day of this second Test match. And it's been a good first day. 364 runs have been scored, 6 wickets taken by Australia, and handshakes all round for the England captain Andrew Strauss, who finishes the day 161 not out. Strauss 161, there was 95 for Cook as well. Not much for anybody else. Stuart Broad is in, he's got 7, and just Swan, Anderson and Onions to come.
Yeah, the bowling, Ben Hilfenhaus, I thought was the pick. 25 overs, 10 maidens and that. 277 bowled pretty well today. Mitchell Johnson sprayed him but took wickets. A couple of crucial ones. Peter Siddle bowled well with that late spell in the afternoon. Nathan Horrocks, who hurt his finger, still thought he bowled okay. Marcus North, the part-timer, 16.3 overs, none 59. Actually did a job when Australia needed to just get a bit of control and find a partnership in the ball. Actually, for a part-time bowler, extremely well. And the golden-haired child, Michael Clark, a young pup, not so young anymore, but a crucial wicket at Paul Collingwood, 4 overs, 1 made and 1 for 12, and probably could have bowled a few more overs, taking a few from Marcus North. All in all, a pretty good fight back from Australia.
Andrew Strauss and Stuart Broad lead the way for England. A superb day's cricket yesterday. England got off to a flyer with Strauss and Cook, and then Australia fought hard and fought their way back into the Test match. But it was a great day for Andrew Strauss after Cardiff. A busy time between Tests with an injury to Peterson and Flintoff's retirement. For the England captain to go out there on his home ground and be 161 not out at the end speaks volumes for his mental strength. Really important innings for Strauss and England. An important session coming up. Hilfenhaus probably the pick of the seamers yesterday for Ponting. They need a replacement for McGrath, a line bowler, and he gives them that. He's accurate. On a pretty flat pitch, he got the ball swinging in the afternoon. And England will need to build on this good first innings score. That's all it is at the moment, good. We'll want to get up to 450 and beyond. That's bowled him, he hasn't added to his overnight score. Too close to leave, and exactly what Australia wanted.
What a start for Australia, and what a misjudgment from the England captain. Played so well yesterday, a brilliant 100, not out 100 overnight, and then second ball, a catastrophic misjudgment. Hilfenhaus strikes. You got Kevin Peterson leaving a straight ball at Cardiff. This time he's got the England captain, who hasn't added to his overnight score. 161 for Strauss, 364 for 7, England.
Graham Swan, the new batsman, he would have just been putting his cup of tea down in the dressing room, getting onto the balcony. I'll go and watch Andrew Strauss bat. Well, he's gone. Second ball, left a straight one. Good average, got runs here last time against the West Indies, but Australia worked him over at Cardiff on a slower pitch than this. Lots of short deliveries. There's already a leg gully in, but with that ball swinging, Hilfenhaus is no fool. He will pitch it up as well. He's got a great opportunity here to get into England's tail.
Yeah.
That's what you get with Swan. He does hit boundaries, and he's off the mark with a boundary. 368 for 7. Edged and gone. Ponting doesn't drop them. A good morning for Australia.
Terrific delivery from Siddle. Going up the hill. Just enough to take the edge. This is a brilliant start from Australia this morning, getting rid of Strauss without adding to his overnight score, and the dangerous Swan edging to Ponting, who's got terrific hands at slip. Perfect start for Australia, bad start for England. 370 for 8 now, Swan gone for 4.
Here he is, England's hero from Cardiff. Batting with Monty Panesar, saved that test match, he needs to bat. Pulled away, fine. And there's a boundary. Edged inside edge. Good luck for Broad, but he'll take it. Bowled in this time. Another inside edge, but that one doesn't miss the stumps. It's a wicket every over.
It's good bowling from Hilfenhaus, pitching the ball up, getting the ball to swing back into the left-handers. Broad, the previous delivery, flashing a wide ball past his stumps. There's a bit of width on this, it's not quite so wide, and it's just moving back into him. That's what's brought the inside edge. Not a massive amount of swing, but just enough to give Hilfenhaus his 4th. Best test figures now for Ben Hilfenhaus. England 378 for 9.
Hasn't had much of a test career, so we'll have a look at his first-class career, averaging 12, a best of 41. Edged past Gully, it was a pretty good shot. He went up and over Hussey in the gully.
Runs for Onions. Will get to the boundary on this occasion. That was by nowhere near well timed. Good shot. Very good shot. That is not the shot for the tail ender. Brings up the 400 for England. 401 for 9. Tell me about being a tail ender. That's not tail end batting. That's another good shot.
On a change of length.
That's going very fine. Another boundary. Runs again. Not the best of deliveries. Short, but too much width. Another boundary. 12 runs coming from that over. It's 419 for 9.
Isn't it amazing when things aren't quite going your way? Mitchell Johnson hasn't quite got his action right, and there's been a lot of talk about that. But suddenly the tail enders suddenly start playing and missing your good ones as well. And then you do bowl one, they slash it. It goes in the air. It's never to a fielder. It's like a batsman out of form. He always finds a way to get out, run out, caught down the leg side, run out off the bowler's hand. It's amazing, this game of cricket, how it just goes against you.
Well. Anderson keeps on finding these shots. Caught. Got there eventually. Not a bad knock that from Jimmy Anderson, and of course the partnership with himself and Onions just swayed things back in England's favour. At 378 for 9, Australia would have been thinking, okay, 380 or so. Not so. Took them quite some time before this happened. Michael Hussey, the man there at Gully. And a few words passed.
I think he said well played in Australian. Yeah, they'll be very relieved to get that last wicket. Andrew Strauss at the top of the order, 161, played superbly. Left one 2-2. Far too close to the off stump this morning. Alistair Cook played well. But apart from that, it wasn't really till Jimmy Anderson down the bottom made 29, and good partnership with Onions. England will be happy with 425, that's for sure.
Just a few less than they made at Cardiff, but not a bad score. 6 bowlers used by Australia. Of course, Nathan Horace got injured pretty early. They would have been disappointed with that. 4 wickets for Hill and House, unable to get that magic 5th. 3 for Johnson, 2 for Siddle.
Her Majesty is here today. Derek Underwood playing the genial host. First runs of the innings, and yep, it's Hughes away through the offside. That's his strong area. Eventually the finger comes up. England had started their celebrations. It was way down the leg side, and Philip Hughes will feel himself hard done by here. But Matt Pryor has taken the catch. Jimmy Anderson has taken the first wicket. And it's just a little feather of the glove that's done it.
That's all it needs. Taken. England have got what they wanted, the early breakthrough. Jimmy Anderson is the man. He's got Hughes, he's gone for 4. It's 4 for 1.
Well, it's been a morning for the bowlers. Wickets have fallen at the end of the England innings. The first wicket has gone down now at the start of the Australian innings. And Ricky Ponting, who played so beautifully in Cardiff for his 150, now has a slightly different situation to try and deal with. The ball is carrying through. The ball is doing things in the air.
Sure whether they're peeling for LBW or caught now. Rudy Kurtzen is going to square leg. The ball definitely carried through to Andrew Strauss, so he can only be asking the square leg umpire, did this ball carry? In which case he must think there's some inside edge. I'm sure the ball did carry through. That's an inside edge. Definitely carried through to Strauss at slip. The third umpire will tell Rudy Kurtzen that it's carried, and he must have decided that there's an inside edge. I'd expect Ponting to be given out.
Come through the umpire now to Rudy Kurtzen that, yes, it carried. He probably the finger's going to go up, and there it is. Big blow. Ricky Ponting not happy. Still, Rudy Kurtzen puts that left slow death of finger up. Captain has to go, out for 2. Australia struggling, 10 for 2.
Mike Hussey out in the middle already, quickly out onto the middle. No runs for him at Cardiff. Australia need runs from him now. Deliberately played and well played, up and over the top.
Straight down the ground. Very good driver of the ball, Mike Hussey. And there's a classic example of how you don't have to hit the ball hard to get a boundary. Very strong through the gully region. 4 more. That's 2 straight. That will be 4 runs, I think. Yes. Michael Holding, what do you think? Pulled away. Not in complete control, but he gets a boundary. Have a look at this boundary, but the umpires are just having a look at each other. As he moves to 14 with that boundary, but the rain's just getting harder. And Rudy Kurtzen wants to get in. So we're going to have another rain delay here. Slightly heavier batch of rain. Again, it's only showers forecast, and there's an extra hour to be added on this evening. This is a very, very good drying ground now.
pulled and pulled hard in front of square. And, I think we're set fair now, as is Michael Hussey. And as are Hussey and Katic, who've gone through to a partnership of 53.
Going for the shot, and he got it this time in front of square. Peterson does well. No, not quite. Good attempt though.
71 for 2.
No one out there. Well, he is, but he's beyond the boundary.
He drives with a flick of the wrist, Simon Katic. It's not so much the classic front elbow you might get from a Hussey drive.
Got through again. Couple of boundaries now in this over.
Well, that's his arc, isn't it? Gully to extra cover. Because he gets across onto off stump.
That was well placed. That was very well placed. Found the gap between the man at city point and short extra cover.
Lovely shot. They do quite like bowling there to Hussey. They think that he's vulnerable to nicking the ball that slants across him, but he's also a strong driver.
He's a very good driver.
Great catch. Stuart Broad at fine leg. That's a magnificent catch. A wicket for Graham Onions. England needed it.
We've seen Katic get out like this before. A flick of the wrist and brilliant work from Stuart Broad. He really is a good athlete, Broad. Gets there, takes a good low catch and makes sure it stays in. When he lands on his elbows, it's still in his hands, and England needed that breakthrough. Katic gone for 48. It's 103 for 3.
A very timely wicket for England brings Michael Clarke to the crease. Partnership of 93 between Katic and Hussey. But Simon Katic, hooking in the air, has paid the penalty. And England have a new man to bowl to. Batsmen have crossed, so Hussey is on strike, Clarke at the non-striker's end. And England needed that. A terrific catch by Stuart Broad. Lovely shot, that'll be 4. No need to run.
As he moves to 49. But Onions has a wicket, give him some confidence, and Broad did well down at fine leg.
I think that was off the glove. Yeah, no ball called, a run given, and that's 50 for Mike Hussey. Very good half century, came in with his team under extreme pressure, 10 for 2 when Ricky Ponting was out. So he's done well to withstand a battering from Flintoff, and he's prospered now, 50 from 82 balls.
Oh, he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Hussey is gone. Left one. Andrew Flintoff. It trips the off stump. Now, does this come back? Or has he just misjudged it? Misjudgment for me.
Nelson. Mike Hussey was looking good too. It's a big wicket at a great time. We've got Michael Clarke just in, but look at this delivery, 95.1 mile an hour. I think Mike Hussey just expected it to bounce a bit more. It just clipped the top of off stump in the middle of a real hostile good spell, Andrew Flintoff. Mike Hussey goes for 51, a well-played 51. Australia struggling, 111 for 4.
Marcus North had a terrific game in Cardiff. A complete player. Very well organised. Experienced in English conditions, but This is a bit different here at Lord's. He's gone. Worked it into the onside. Simplest of catches. England on fire.
Started strongly again to back up Flintoff, Anderson here. England all over Australia now with these quick wickets. Looked like a plan, that. Bowl it straight to Michael Clarke with a short mid-wicket. LBW bowled a short mid-wicket. First one was a bit high. This time just nipped back a bit. Straight to Alistair Cook. Wow, this game's alive.
Celebrations. Vice captain Michael Clarke, he's gone for one. It's 111 for 5. Nelson struck again. That hadn't. On strike. Fantastic shot. Well, London said we'd like to make an impression, chance to do something. Sparing dive, he couldn't get to that. And it goes on to 7. Now, do you think he didn't know the rules, or?
I think he was just panicking in case it bounced up and someone grabbed hold of it.
Oh, different.
Got him. Bottom edge onto the stumps.
Well, that is why he kept going. The pressure was on Australia here. He was one of the men applying that pressure and applying it really well too. For Marcus North, it's been a tricky stay. Up until now, his defence has been very good. Up until this moment, that wasn't really short enough. That wasn't really on for that particular shot. Inside edge has dragged it back on. It's 139 for 6 as Marcus North goes without scoring.
Another wicket goes down for Australia, and Mitchell Johnson comes to the crease. Wasn't the happiest test match for him in the first innings with the ball. Let's see what he can do with the bat. But a good hold of that, Mitchell Johnson. That will be his first boundary. Off the mark with the boundary. There's a hook shot. Cook is under it and takes a catch. He has fallen for the trap, Mitchell Johnson.
Well, this is definitely going England's way. Mitchell Johnson can be dangerous. No more in this particular innings, though. He's misjudged that. He couldn't control the shot. And it was actually, it was a decent short ball because it got high on him. It got high on him. He couldn't get on top of it. Just needed the catch to be safely taken, which it was, by Alistair Cook. And that's important. Johnson can be dangerous. He's gone quickly. Australia 148 for 7.
Didn't do too much with the ball. Nathan Horrocks injured his finger, but now he has to do something with the bat. Not on strike at the moment as the batsman crossed while that catch was being taken.
Well, we've had a few changes up here. We've got a slightly younger, more attractive third man. It was David Lloyd. It's now Russell Crowe. What an improvement.
Thanks,
Russell,
mate.
things not going very well for the Australians.
No. I wonder, Shane, how do you feel about what I perceive as a lack of ruthlessness in this particular squad? I mean, the end of the first test is one example. The end of the first innings in this test, another example. Allowing 50 runs for the last wicket instead of just putting the clamp on the throat, you know.
And gone. Another short ball. And a big wicket because Haddin could really hurt England. He won't be happy now with the light. He was complaining about the light. Haddin's gone. A big wicket for England.
Huge wicket. Russell Crowe was talking about being ruthless. England have been ruthless all day today. Australia weren't. Look at that. Just to rub salt in the wounds. The umpires have got together talking about the light. That's a huge loss. To get to that 74 target, they needed Brad Haddin to stay there.
Haddin's gone for 28, 152 for 8.
Still 75 years now, so it's not over yet. They're doing well at the moment. They're all over Australia. And they have, as you say, they've got a wonderful opportunity here. Go bang, bang. Australia couldn't open that. Hopefully Australia can do what England did in those last wicket. Last pair put on some runs. Australia need to do the same.
Yeah, it's a good point you make. South Africa last time round, England struggled to bowl South Africa out twice. Historically on this ground, it's very difficult to get 20 wickets. So England excited, but realising lots of hard work ahead. End of the over, 152 for 8. Apart from the cricket, what are you doing over here at the moment in England?
I'm making a new version of Robin Hood with Sir Ridley Scott. So just yesterday I was jumping off the portcullis of a French castle that we currently have under siege. Hoping to get that finished off by Tuesday.
156 for 8. We've got a couple of Friar Tucks hanging around here if you need one. Umpires meeting in the middle again, looking at shadows remarkably, pointing at shadows on the ground. This is Michael Holding's point about the ball and the shadow it creates. Well, look at that. Full house in at Lord's, watching two umpires pointing at shadows. They offer it to the Australian batsman, and surprise, surprise, they're going to go off. You can't blame the Australians. Any side in this situation would walk off to the dressing room. That doesn't take anything away from Andrew Strauss and the England team. What a day, what a comeback from Cardiff. The captain himself has been brilliant with the bat. His captaincy has been excellent. James Anderson, superb spell. Broad with the old ball. The planning for each Australian batsman has been exceptional. They can be very proud of their day's work. So the match summary, only 2 days gone remarkably in this match. We've had so much cricket. England 425 runs for Strauss, Cook and Peterson, wickets for Hilfenhaus, Johnson and Siddle. Australia in reply struggling, 156 for 8, runs for Hussey and Katic, wickets for Anderson and Broad. So Australia are 269 runs behind. One of the great days of the sporting calendar, Saturday morning of the Lord's Ashes Test match. And, the weather is set fair, perfect conditions for cricket, and England on top. 425 in their first innings, Australia struggling, 156 for 8, 269 runs behind, so they need another 70 to avoid the follow-on. All eyes on Andrew Strauss. First things first, get these 2 wickets. And I'm sure by now he'd have made his mind up. All this chat about, let's see how this pitch plays this morning. You're bowling against some tail enders. You pretty much know how the pitch is going to play. It's going to be a good surface. Just got to decide what's best for the side. Strauss would have made his mind up about the follow-on, but England need to take those 2 wickets first. Broad, very good with the old ball yesterday. Good decision from Strauss to give Flintoff the new ball, create pressure, and then when it goes slightly flat and you want something different, Broad gives you that. Siddle 3 not out. Important wicket of Haddin late last night under lights. He could have hurt England this morning with boundaries. Genuine tail enders at the crease. Horrocks can bat. Still struggling with that finger that he dislocated. Not sure how much he can bowl in the rest of the game, so there's no concern for England there. Horrocks bowling on the last day. That's well played by Horrocks. They need to score some boundaries, Australia, and they've got the first one of the day. 162 for 8.
The extra slip goes out like that, and suddenly you might want to take it down to third man because the nick goes past them, so It puts some pressure on Strauss then by playing his shots. If you just try and hang in there, you actually are dictating terms as a captain and as a bowler and as a fielding team. But if suddenly someone starts playing a few shots, as we see here, it's a good ball, but it's just an outside edge. It slides on by. Now you'll think, oh, they need another 60. Should we have a third man in? Which means the third slip goes down to third man. So if you nick one, would have been there's no one there. So all those things are, I think the best way in this situation is to attack. It's just to be positive. Time is important, yes, but runs, as you say, Nasser, is just as crucial. From an Australian's point of view, here's a real interesting statistic. The last 231 test matches, Australia have only followed on or been asked to follow on once in the last 20 years, and that was at Trent Bridge in 2005. That's amazing.
Shane Warne factor, I guess. And how good Australia are, that might be the other factor. You don't get that opportunity a lot, but with Warne in the opposition, you're concerned. Twice India could have enforced the follow-on and didn't. Once Australia did in India and shouldn't have. A great shot from a number 10, straight down the ground.
Amazing stroke. Jimmy Anderson, as he's done for most of this game, is bowling pretty straight at the stumps and full. Good seam. That's a beautiful shot.
Gone through that gully area. England leaking boundaries. There's another one. It's 177 for 8. Sliced away through the offside. That should be another boundary. It runs away down the slope. Australia going well. It's 190 for 8.
Four more. Third man, productive area for Australia. Trail by 229, they're edging closer. And gone this time. Graham Onions does the trick, it's a change of bowling. Maitland play, outside off stump, Nathan Horrocks, edges to slip.
And Hookit takes the catch. The reliable man. We saw him save a couple of boundaries earlier on. They fell short, but he managed to prevent them from going to the boundary. Good catch. Always a safe man in that slip cordon, Collingwood. Got there quite quickly, but he made it look simple. It's 196 for 9.
Australia's last man in, Ben Hilfenhaus. Number 11, average of 7. Oh, dabbed away down to third man, nobody there. Australia limp along, it's 200 for 9. On the hook again, Peter Siddle, and he finds the boundary, edging closer. Stuart Broad keeps banging the ball in here. Hilfenhaus this time gets off the mark for the first time in the first innings of a test match. Australia trail by 217.
And that means they need another 18 runs to save the follow-on. Not a bad shot. Looked good for someone who has never made a run in the first innings of a test match. That's not too bad a shot to be getting off the mark.
Guess where that's gone? Third man. You'd think with the line and the length that third man is a critical place.
Or a fly slip bumble.
And gone, that's it. Andrew Strauss, make a decision now. Graham Onions gets this final wicket. Been a frustrating time. Now what's he going to do?
Well, he doesn't seem to be running off to go and put pads on. He seems to be heading towards the umpires. what's happening here.
Well, I reckon that England are batting because the umpire has just asked Andrew Strauss, and he said he wants the roller. I would say that this little trot off by Strauss and Alistair Cook is just telling you that England are not enforcing the follow-on. It's not official. We'll find out very quickly. But this is the end of the Australian innings.
First runs of the innings. Andrew Strauss just pivots onto the back foot. Poor bowling. Very poor bowling from Mitchell Johnson. He can't hit a line and a length, it seems, to save his life. It's a great shot. Full face of the bat. Beautifully presented. It's a lovely boundary with which to finish the over. 21 without loss.
Safe.
Width from Ben Hilfenhaus. Mr. Cook really did throw the kitchen sink and everything at this one.
Lofted, but into the gap.
Alistair Cook's had a pretty impressive game so far. He looked really good in the first innings, played an aggressive role at the top of the order and set the tone with the batting. Once again in this innings, moving on to 25 with a lofted drive already, just off 28 deliveries, already hit 5 fours. Really is going after the bowling and being aggressive, but he's been able to do that. Some wayward bowling.
Hook shot. 2 men out deep, but that's behind the square.
Another good stroke from Cook.
Make that 9 boundaries.
Nine boundaries and 9.1 overs. Really stamping their authority.
Well, it's an offside field. There's only one man in front of square on the leg side. And he'll have to just jog and throw the ball back. First boundary after lunch.
Good shot as well. Nicely timed.
That's probably sneaking down. No! Gone. Cook, first ball after lunch.
Well, let's have a look at this. Does it hold up? Tell you what, might well have been a little straight to be playing it in that area. That could be hitting middle and leg. Oh, I think that's out.
Yeah, looks very, very close. Cook playing across it, skidded on. He's gone for 32. England 61 for 1. Big day for Ravi Bopara. Plenty of cricket left in this series, and England need their number 3 in form and firing. But a quiet series so far. Shout from Siddle. Soft hands from Bopara. Gets for his first boundary. 74 for 1. Edged to slip. 2 wickets in 2 overs for Horrocks.
That's the line. And the captain's gone. This is much tighter. Has to play at this. There's a little bit of turn. It's terrific. Classic off-spinner's dismissal. Just a little bit of drift in. Does enough. Takes the outside edge. Or it's Bowled well in Cardiff, well in the first innings. He's got 2 in this innings. Strauss has gone for 32. It's 74 for 2.
Kevin Pietersen arrives at the crease, average still above 50. England 17 for 2 since lunch. Goes down, uses his feet, and just chips it over wide mid-on for 4.
Cricket gives the bowler something suddenly to think about, and the captain.
It's another one down to third man. Siddle not amused. Ball just swinging and dropped by Ponting.
Well, my guess is he was still thinking about that missed run-out chance. And let's have a look at his hands here, because he took 2 with his hands, for me, in totally the wrong position, with his fingers pointing up. Fingers should be pointing down at slip. Let's have a look here. Genuine edge. There you go. Hands the wrong way round for me.
He's all over the place, Kevin Pietersen. So many of these just ricochet inside edge onto stumps.
Tickle fine, wide of Haddin. And Bopara picks up 4.
What a cheer. 39 overs have been bowled. It's a rare boundary. 130 for 2.
Yeah, that's different. Turn and bounce. And that's an absolute beauty. A good catch from Katic. And Horitz has all 3.
Yeah, well bowled, Nathan Horitz. He set him up for this one. He threw it up. I think he was setting him up for the slower delivery. He was prepared to give it more air. Very good catch diving forward too. Spun, we talked about on the onside. Good healthy nick onto the pad. And he was trying to anticipate too, so he, actually quite a simple one in the end, but he was trying to anticipate, which was good, and well done, Nathan Horitz. Australia needed that. He's got all 3 wickets, 147 for 3.
The hero of Cardiff arrives at the crease. Paul Collingwood. It was a different role at Cardiff where he had to block out the day. Here he's going to have to build a partnership with Pietersen, at some stage kick on. At the moment, Nathan Horitz is bowling beautifully.
Not the greatest start, the old full bunger. And Paul Collingwood could wish the ball he could get would be a full toss at ankle height at leg stump.
Big wicket. Kevin Pietersen walks inside edge. Good catch this. Brad Haddin. Inside edge. An excellent take. Big wicket. That'll slow proceedings down.
Definitely. That 4-run per over situation now, Beefy, I think we can't forget that. Big inside edge, and he didn't hang around, Kevin Pietersen. He knew that he had edged it. He knew the catch had been taken. He knew that Rudy Kurtzen was going to be giving him the slow death anyway, so he walked off. Peter Siddle gets a wicket. Should have come a lot earlier. It's 174 for 4.
Matt Pryor, England's number 6. Healthy average. Very good average, 45.72. 20 matches. Well, he gets 4. I'm not sure he knew very much about that at all.
Great shot. That's how to put those away. It's over the top of mid-wicket, one bounce and over the boundary as well. And what's gone with the spin? It's gone very well with the spin too. Collingwood first, now Pryor, both playing that same sort of shot. And if you're Nathan Horrocks, you'd be thinking now of a deep mid-wicket.
That sort of line, and block off that shot and have a 45 instead of the extra man at cover. Put the short cover back to cover. And it's 50 to Matt Pryor, and he's fastest for England. Well done, Matthew Pryor. Really has come in with a momentum shift in this partnership now with 72 off 67 balls. Been this partnership to allow England in this position to be so strong. Well played, Matt Pryor. His 10th Test 50. Got 200s. He really has played well. 37 balls and 8 fours. He showed his intent straight away.
Magnificent. Beautiful placement.
Great timing.
Let's try to get it same place. He's coming back. Oh, it's a direct hit. That could be unlucky for Matt Pryor. Direct hits usually mean the batsman is struggling. Marcus North, the man with the fielding. And Matt Pryor, I think, feels he's struggling. If it had gone to the keeper, I think it'd been all right. The direct hit, I'm not so sure.
Very disappointing. Here it comes there, well out. Very disappointing for Matt Pryor. He's played so well. He was doing the right thing with some very aggressive running, trying to put the pressure on the fielders. And you'll see here the out comes up. Disappointing end for Matt Pryor. He played beautifully, trying to do the right thing there. But good credit to Marcus North. It really was well fielded. He'll definitely be licensed to thrill. This is a perfect opportunity. What a time for him to come in his last Test match innings at Lords. 470 runs ahead, and he's got the freedom to just play his shots right from ball one here.
That's hurt. Nathan Horrocks? He hasn't dislocated another finger, is he? It'll be that finger that he did dislocate, and that's going to be sore.
Paul Collingwood, 50.
He must be enjoying this ball, Collingwood. A completely different sort of innings he's been asked to play now than the one he played at Cardiff. That was all hard work, all torment. This is fun.
Driven by Andrew Flintoff very firmly through extra cover. England lead extends to 503. Flashed away down to third man. It reaches the wall boundary down there. Flintoff thrashing away. Well, you won't believe it, that's a wicket. He's just walked off, Paul Collingwood. There's hardly an appeal. There's no appeal from Peter Siddle at all. Collingwood's gone.
That's weird. Usually you'd see the bowler at least appealing. Have a look at this. So the bat didn't touch the ground at all. There was a loud noise. Wicketkeeper takes a bit of time to appeal. He goes up halfway and then thinks, oh, is it out? And he walks. Interesting. Goes for 54, Paul Collingwood. 311 for 6 at the moment.
Good innings from Collingwood, a comfortable innings also. Pushed England into a lead of 521. I'm not sure they're going to carry on here. So it's all a little bit quiet out there as rain comes down. In fact, it's raining quite heavily now, and the umpires have decided that it's too hard to play. So Stuart Broad has just walked in to commence his innings. He's having to walk all the way back with Andrew Flintoff. Let's have a look at the state of the game. England 425, Australia 215, and then England have pushed on 311 for 6. Matt Pryor and Paul Collingwood with half centuries, 3 wickets, and a bit of turn for Nathan Horrocks with his 3 for 80. But it's been a bit of a slog for Australia as England lead by 521.
Andrew Flintoff in a relaxed mood, it seems. James Anderson will be the man, I think, starting things going. So with that declaration at 311 for 6, declaration this morning, basically 2 days to bat for Australia to save this game. That is the mission. As Michael Atherton said earlier, just take it in small chunks. But Philip Hughes, very fine average, is the sort of player that will probably play the same way, whatever the situation. Anyway, we'll let them to worry about that. His partner is Simon Katic. Let's take you now anyway, in preparation for play. Take you to the commentary box. Waiting there are Michael Atherton and Nasser Hussain.
Cut away. First boundary for Hughes. First boundary of the day. 6 for none, Australia. Driven hard for 4. That's his area. You bowl it there and he'll hit you for 4 all day.
We talked about Hughes' weaknesses, but he's got a great many strengths as well, and one of them is that the bowler knows that his margin for error is minimal.
Gone. Hit in the air to gully. Flintoff's the man.
The point about trying to bowl a full length to Simon Katic, because sometimes he just doesn't transfer his weight into the ball. He's got such big movements before the bowler's bowl that sometimes he just can't get his weight going into the drive. Now, he hit one for 4 earlier in the day, but this one just skewed in the air. He's moved and then he can't get into the ball, and that's a very good catch. It went quite quickly. Peterson does well, but excellent bowling from Flintoff because the length was full, and that's just what England needed. An early wicket, Katic gone for 6.
The Australian captain comes in at number 3. Brilliant test match at Cardiff. Not such a good one here so far.
Need a masterclass here from Ricky Ponting. Well capable of giving 1-2. Ponting on the pull. Terrific shot. We've seen that so many times. Brings 4.
Good shot. Good shot. I think that nick from James Anderson there, it was created. I think Anderson bowling a fuller length to Phil Hughes. On his pull shot, he just loves them there. Anderson, I don't think will be wanting to bowl too many there to Ricky Ponting.
Oh, catch, gone, yes. Strauss claims the catch. Philip Hughes stands there, hesitates, but he's gone. Philip Hughes, 17, 34 for 2.
It's uppish and, well, it's just eluded. Alistair Cook it is out there on the boundary. We've seen him put in some good work on the boundary before. He catches the ball well out there. That's a nice one for Ricky Ponting. Not much has been given him this morning. He's had to work really hard for these 26 runs, but will gratefully take this one.
Edged again and down to the 3rd man boundary. Saw lots of runs go down there at the tail end of Australia's innings. Runs now at the top for Hussey, 59 for 2. It's going well now. He's had to work really hard punting. It was a struggle at the start. Runs are flowing now.
Shot by Hussey. Shouldn't mind that, Graham Ungans. This wicket, his ball is nipping. You want him, encouraging to drive. 72 for 2 Australia.
There's the big wicket. Ricky Ponting, inside edge, onto the stumps. That's the wicket England wanted.
Well, this ground has just erupted. What a time. Just after a break, a batsman's always vulnerable. This is a golden prize. Ricky Ponting, street fighter if you like, the ball pitches, nips back and goes for an attacking shot off the back foot. It rattles back into leg stump. Look at Broad, he's off on one, he's off on a Monty. 50 test wickets for Stuart Broad. That is a huge wicket. Golden wicket. Ricky Ponting has gone for 38, 78 for 3.
Michael Clarke, the vice-captain. The captain's gone, the vice-captain replaces him in the middle. Oh, he's off the mark now. That'll be 4. Beautiful shot. Michael Clarke. 85 for 3. This next wicket is a very big one. Typical shots like that. Fantastic shot. Textbook covered by.
Well, this is a classic.
There's 4 more. That'll bring the 100 up. And that'll be 4 more. 105 for 3.
Beautifully taken, very sharp catch at slip. Paul Collingwood just clutched at the ball as it threatened to get past him to his right-hand side. Those were supremely sharp reactions.
The danger of driving out of the rough. It cost Andrew Strauss his wicket to Nathan Horrocks, and it's just cost Michael Hussey his. Little bit of spin, driving hard, good catch from Collingwood going to his right. An important wicket for Graham Swan, who's just struggled a bit in Cardiff. Has taken a wicket that will give him a huge confidence boost now. Hussey gone for 27, 120 for 4.
Australia 4 down now for 120. Marcus North, the man at number 6, on a pair. Made a slightly laboured duck in the first innings.
Oh, that's a loose shot, it really is. He gets away with it. And Flintoff lets him know that he's got away with it. 127 for 4. Bang in, quicker, the arm ball, I think, 59.7 miles an hour. Australia all over the place, 128 for 5.
Oh, the fast one straight at the stumps. There's nothing wrong with that one either. Well bowled. Swan took a wicket early in his spell. He really is on top of the Australians. He's bowling well. Australia in trouble at 128 for 5. Well bowled. Beat him with a straighter, quicker one. We talked about natural variation. Might have been meant to be the faster one that spins that goes straight on. He doesn't know it's going to go straight on. Even better. You've got to give him credit there. That's the arm ball. Marcus North goes for 6. 128 for 5, the Aussies.
A pretty good surface. Australia bowled out for 215 in the first innings, 128 for 5 in the second innings. England have had a little bit of luck, but they've deserved it. They bowled beautifully. Really have pressure all the way. Edged. The man had just been taken from leg gully to leg gully from slip. And where does it go? Third slip.
Good footwork from Clarke. He's well at home against spin. He's moved on to 50. Live again. He's seen Clark on the drive, and now he's moved on to 60, and it's a 50 partnership.
All the way. No third man. 191 for 5. And I'll go all the way up the hill. Ball from the final, ball of the over. 207 for 5.
Deliberately played, just a slip and a wide slip. Strauss had an orthodox first slip. Flintoff is at about a fourth slip position, so there's a big gap. 227 for 5. 50 to Brad Haddin. Well played. Came in with Australia under extreme pressure, and it says a lot about his mental toughness that he's responded today.
He looks a proper batsman.
He wants it, he gets it. 100 for Michael Clark. Great moment for him here at Lord's. Name up on the honours board, his first in England and his third Ashes 100. Well played.
Well played indeed. 11th Test 100, and a class act from a class player. From ball one right up to that 100. It was played quite beautifully. A touch player, a classy player, well appreciated from his teammates, a popular member of the team. And he'll know he's still got a job to do.
Ooh, that is a filthy delivery. It's been put away. Sparing dive from Graham Onions at deep backward square, and it's a boundary that gives Australia a record 6th wicket partnership here at Lord's against England between Michael Clark and Brad Haddin.
Two good friends, two good players of spin, two New South Welshmen, Clark and Haddin.
They really have played well, these two. They've picked up singles, they've hit the bad ball for 4. Clark's made a brilliant 100. I've made a fair bit with Michael Clark and seen him a fair bit mature and turn into a wonderful cricketer. I think this is just about one of his best 100s that I've seen him play. Really has played beautifully today. Brad Haddin, we know, is class as well with the bat in 72, and these two bat well together, a bit like Collingwood and Peterson.
Oh, it's away again. It's a thick outside edge. And it went at very catchable height, head sort of height, but right in the gap. It's a biggish gap there between the 3 slips and the gully. Nice shot. Really sweet shot, that. Long way away from Bopara, who has basically come round just to pick up the ball. I tell you what, we might have seen a couple of nervous faces in amongst the England players. There'll be a few in amongst the crowd as well now, because the 300 is up. 303 for 5. Well, we suspected they'd get together at some stage pretty soon, and we'll now see a bit of ball bouncing. Because the way they test the shadows in the middle is to put that ball on the pitch and see what goes on with that. And Clark and Haddin, after a magnificent partnership, on being off the lights, have said, "Yep, we've done enough for the day, thank you very much. We've got plenty of time tomorrow. We don't need to bat under these conditions." They have played beautifully. So Michael Clark is 125 not out. Brad Haddin is 80 not out. It's almost certainly that is that for the day, and they will be starting again tomorrow with quite an intriguing situation, which Shane Warne might be relishing at the start of tomorrow.
Yeah, Andrew Flintoff, the standout there with Graham Swan, both taking a couple of wickets. All the bowlers bowled well at times. Anderson bowled some significant deliveries that threatened, but all in all, a good start by England, but a great fight back from Australia, and their partnership 185 was superb.
Well, it looks like that'll be the situation at the close of play here, at the end of day 4, the second Empire Ashes Test match. So another cracking day. England, yes, still favourites to win this Test match, but maybe not quite as sure as they were at the start of the day. There is an awesome atmosphere this morning at the ground, though, as England take the field. Not quite the full house yet, but there are a lot of people in this ground keen to see what happens next. A mighty cheer for Michael Clarke and Brad Haddin, who so far have put on 185. Plenty of support for the Aussies here as well. This is a classic final day in the offing. All right, the stage is set. Let's take it out of the commentary box. Waiting there are Shane Warne and David Lloyd.
Well, are you ready for this? There's something in the air today, I can tell you that. The ground is nearly full, it will be full. We've got a great day, a wonderful day in prospect. Australia need 209 to win. England need 5 wickets. Who slept the better overnight? We've seen Michael Clarke yesterday play the innings of his life, and he said this morning counts for nothing if Australia don't win this game. Brad Haddin has scored 80 alongside him. The partnership is 185. We are set for a humdinger of a day. Great scene as both teams entered this arena. I spoke to Andrew Flintoff first up this morning. How are you feeling? He said, I'm ready to rock. Bit sore, but ready to go. James Anderson will start proceedings for England, and it's a very, very good morning to Shane Warne.
Oh, we're ready to rumble. It's a great atmosphere here at Lord's. There always is. And Jimmy Anderson's going to start proceedings, but it was a wonderful fight back from Australia yesterday. England had the best of it for the first half. Australia fought back, and now it's great at the international test cricket for the game the way it's gone. The game in the balance today. England will feel they're 1 wicket away, 1 ball away, and get the job done. Australia will feel if they can keep building on this wonderful partnership of already 185, the miracle, that long distance, that dream, anything could happen.
Outside edge and gone! What a start, Flintoff again. England's man, not for much longer, but for today. Great start for England.
Well bowled, Andrew Flintoff, and well deserved. Everyone's been speaking about it this morning, about being the most important spell. He's got the ball fullish of length. He's been able to find the outside edge. Well taken at second slip too, but a very safe pair of hands. But Andrew Flintoff is the man. He said he was ready to bumble, and there he did. He was the man once again for England. Brad Haddin goes for a very well compiled 80. Disappointment for him. He's played well, but well done to England.
Mitchell Johnson, what have you got? Australia 313 for 6. Early wicket for England settles their nerves. Anxious time for Australia. They've got 4 wickets left. They need 209 to win. Job done for those guys. Just watch and observe. miles an hour again. That's gone.
We saw yesterday the old favourite, the old tape on it. He might have just had its last legs. Most batsmen are very superstitious. If they get a bat that they're making some runs with, they don't like to let it go. Clarke's probably lucky. He's got about 15 probably to choose from in that kit bag. Take his time, and I like him to bring every single one of them out. He can go through every single one of them, all 15, to work out which one he likes.
Do you know what used to happen? I'm talking about yesterday at my time. You borrow the fella at the other end. Then as your bat, mine's gone. and then you'd send off for another because you wouldn't have another. Who's this, Stuart Clark? The Batman. Great lad, Stuart Clark. Might get a game up at Edgbaston. Would Stuart have much idea about these bats? What do you think?
I was going to say Michael Clark won't be asking Stuart Clark. Which one do you think, buddy? Most batsmen will be knocking a bat in the nets these days, and they'll have one or two spares, and they'll have their favourite straight away. But Stuart Clark, he'll be off there having a look around saying, what? Which side do I hold? I've got no idea which bat. Just take one of these ones.
Well, he's fit to play, Stuart Clark, and he's an option. Steady bowler for Australia, ready to go again. Here we are. New bat. It's hit the bottom as well. Good shot, driven into the offside. This might have enough legs on it. Long chase. Ball wins. Good shot, Mitchell Johnson, to end the 91st over. 3:21 for 6. Take that. Fighting back, Mitchell Johnson. 3:29 for 6.
Here's a hook shot again. Hit that well. Hit it very well.
Mitchell Johnson in. There's a bit of rough out there. Left-handers driving out of the rough. Sooner rather than later, because if it does get down to 100 and less than 100, captains worry about boundaries and sixes off the spinner. So get him on early, the off-spinner.
Here's that drive again. Well played. Fantastic shot that from Michael Clark. 8 runs off the over. 43 for 6. Go in the gap. That brings up the 350 for Australia.
172 to win.
Got him. Went past it, Michael Clark.
Well played, Michael Clark, but what a wicket for England and Swan. Ponting looks on, he can't do anything. The key wicket. One of the best players of spin has got down to it, and it's just dipped under his bat. That's quite good bowling from Swan. There was dip on it. It had to be a decent delivery to get past that man. He can't believe what he's done, Michael Clark. It's been a superb innings. Heroic innings from Clark, one of the best you'll see on this ground. 136 for him. Australia 356 for 7.
Australia 356 for 7. Nathan Horrocks about to face his first ball. Full toss. But the key wicket has been taken, it seems. Graham Swan with his second delivery of the spell. Somehow, this got past the outside edge of the bat. Just turned enough to come back and hit the off stump.
Drift and dip. How much loop Swan got on that delivery. Really tossed it up. Tossed that one up too, but it might go to the boundary.
Brave effort from Stuart Broad. It always looks as though the ball would just win that little contest. Can't leave those alone. Little fuller this time from Andrew Flintoff. Coming back in down the slope. And Flintoff is triumphant there. Look at him.
Just like the ball before. A bit fuller, that's the key. Angling in, down the slope, honing in on the stumps. The ball before, Horitz played it defensively and played it well. This time he makes a fatal misjudgment. It did nip back. You can understand why Horitz left it, but on Flintoff's angle and the slope, it's a very dangerous thing to do. Andrew Flintoff's best figures at Lord's. Horitz gone for 1, 363 for 8.
2 to go for England then. And the next man into the Flintoff firing line is Peter Siddle. Career best 35 here in the first innings. Australia need a lot more than that. 159 short, but England closing in now. Good Yorker, good attempted Yorker from Andrew Flintoff. Siddle just gets down on it and gets 4 for it. 100 overs complete, 367 for 8. Well, that's the sort of delivery that could just have squeezed through there. The fast Yorker, 91, almost 92 miles an hour, just turned into a low full toss, which Siddle sort of put the bat on.
Hey, bowling, Freddie.
Eyeball to eyeball. Well, that's the response that Andrew Flintoff has evoked by this performance here already this morning. He's never yet got a 5-wicket haul in the Test match here at Lord's. And, well, he's got a really good chance here. That's away. Up the hill towards the grandstand. That's going to be 4.
Johnson must play aggressively now. Nothing to lose, try and change the momentum of the game if he can. We've seen him do it before.
Good shot. Beautiful strike from Mitchell Johnson. We know he can do it. He knows he can do it. England know he can play that way as well. Well, he's gone for the big shot, and he's actually connected with it rather well. Bit of a heave, but it's the way he can play. He's got a good eye, and he does swing that bat rather well when he's in this sort of mood.
Is all he needed. First 5-wicket haul since that 2005 series. First one since the Oval in that series. A wonderful moment for Andrew Flintoff, and England now on the brink.
Acknowledgement to the crowd. And England 1 wicket away now from victory, a famous victory. First for 75 years in a Ashes Test match here at Lord's. And to talk you through the next part of the action, Shane Warne is with Nasser Hussain.
Thanks, David. Big shots coming now from Mitchell Johnson. That one takes him to 50 off 62 deliveries. Last man standing really for Australia. It has been the Andrew Flintoff show this morning, but Johnson has played well. 8 boundaries in his 50. And he might be left stranded. One ball left in the over. We want to keep Johnson away from the strike. That's a good shot. We'll get 4. England will have Torkenhouse on strike. 400 comes up for Australia, 403 for 9.
Been impressed with Swan. We said it yesterday. I thought he bowled magnificently down here from his nursery end yesterday. He really has changed his pace well. He looked confident. He's prepared to throw the ball up, and I think that's what he needs to do to Mitchell Johnson too.
Tossed up, good take from Pryor. He made a good point yesterday. Even when he bowls it at pace, he still turns it.
Yeah, everyone's got the optimum pace where they can spin the ball, and I think Swan's got that unique ability actually to bowl fast and still spin it, which is quite difficult to do.
It's high, hit to deep mid-wicket. Bopara tries to get round. 2 England fielders get there. Puts it down to 2. The old cow corner looks to be his favoured area.
Typical lefty, loves slogging it out there to Cow, but he can also hit it straight down the ground. He is a dangerous batsman down the order. He can strike the ball. Swan will be thinking, okay, how am I going to try and get him up? Sometimes you just keep throwing him up and throwing him up all the time to the tail enders. Catch it! You actually got to pick the one you want to throw up. You can't just keep throwing up every ball and they eventually hit a few. It's the same stuff coming. You have to, and I think what Swan's doing at the moment is changing his line, which is quite good. He's bowling a fast one wide of off, a slower one. He's mixing it up quite well.
It's a beauty.
And his line like that was straighter at the stumps. As I said yesterday, Nasser, I've been very impressed with Swan. He's improved as a cricketer, and that's all you can do. Same as Nathan Horrocks. I thought he's improved and bowled well in this game too. The wicket, all credit to Mick Hunt too, who's done a wonderful job on the wicket. It's got some pace all the time with the new ball. It's had something in it for all the bowlers, and if you get in as a batsman, it's been a good wicket to bat on.
Last ball, they all come up apart from the man out on the sweep. Johnson, will he want the boundary? Will he want the single? We shall see. Bowled in! Swan takes the final wicket. The Lord's voodoo comes to an end. First time since 1934 England beat Australia at Lord's, and the celebrations begin.
Congratulations, England. A wonderful display. Led by that man, Andrew Flintoff, with the new ball, was fantastic with the ball. And all of England, it's been a long time coming for those people that have been here for, some of them for 75 years have been watching cricket here. A great moment for England here to win at Lord's.
An emotional moment for Andrew Flintoff. The last time he will play a test match on this great ground. He will be full of emotions. He'll be holding back the tears at the moment. He has been a big man for England, and we won't see him on this stage in a test match again. What a way for him to end. 5 for 92. He will be missed. He should take all the applause. He has deserved it. He will lead the team off. He loves playing against Australia. He really does. 2005 was the Flintoff show. This week has been the Flintoff show.
Such a fitting way for Andrew Flintoff to play his last test match at Lord's. Full house, England versus Australia. He's led the way. He's the main reason that they've won this test match with the ball. Great 5 for 92. Getting a standing applause from the crowd, and well-deserved, Andrew Flintoff. You're a beauty.
The respect of the Australians. Now he turns to the whole of Lord's. England have needed an all-rounder for a long, long time. They've found one. And for the last time at Lord's Cricket Ground, Andrew Flintoff walks off. He goes through the long room, and he's won England a test match. Tears from the family, an emotional moment. He will finish the series for England. 4 for 87 it was in the end. All credit to Australia as well. Clark, one of the best hundreds on this ground, 136. Haddin, 80. And Johnson, the last man out, 63.
Yeah, really well played, Michael Clark. Andrew Flintoff stands out there with Graham Swan. 5 for 92 and was one of the reasons that England have gone 1-0 up in this series. Onions, expensive. Graham Swan, 4 for 87, backed up some wonderful bowling from Andrew Flintoff. A good display by all the bowlers that played some part. Stuart Broad bowled a couple of good hostile spells as well. Well done.
So the match summary, the Lord's Test match, England batting first, 425 runs for Strauss, 161 wickets for Hilfenhaus. Australia bowled out relatively cheaply, 215 in their first innings. Hussey got a 50, Anderson 4 wickets. England set up the declaration, 311 for 6, thanks to a very fine 50 from Pryor. Horrocks in the wickets. Australia, the crucial innings, trying to chase down 522. They got to 406. The standout batsman, Clark, 136. The standout bowler, Andrew Flintoff, 5 for 92. Well, there you have it. First time since 1934. England win by 115 runs at Lord's.
This presentation originated in 1080i high definition.